which will shift to you. Torí pé Mohbad ti breed platform lẹ̀ òun lè ṣe rò pé to sing ó easy fún àdúrà yẹn àwọn tó ní talent jùlọ ẹ lọ́bìnrin wàá rìn ẹsẹ̀ afẹ́ boríboro when it comes to street your eyes like this before your music get accepted. If you want to use Mohbad's platform, support him to get justice, speak the truth out. Let's see you fight alongside with all of us. Shower him, our God. We are not seeing what you are doing to your brother, and you want the public to give you power. Oh, see the star. So, kilo fe ma dunu wa, kilo she to ma dunu public. So your mother is just advising you wrongly, thinking, ama ogunloba la ma fi ṣe. Ara lo ko ma tẹ̀lé ra wọn. Àwọn òkìkí yẹn tó yẹ pé òun ló máa ń padà tó máa ń sọ star yẹn dìdàkudà. Kọ̀sítọ́mà bá yín lọ fọwọ́ kọ́ mi tí ò yẹ kó fọwọ́ kọ́. Bóyá lu King White yẹn ó ti ń ṣe ẹbọ ó ti ń ṣe tutù díẹ̀díẹ̀ ó ti tọ́ ẹ pé kò sí ni ọmọ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ó máa jẹ lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣe rí ọ̀la ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ òun ló jẹ́ kí babaláwo máa dín fọ́rọ̀ ọ̀run. Those ones wọn ò mọ life ayé ò tí mọ̀ kó wà láyé ó kàn ń bẹ́ káàkiri. That's why they could be planning kọ́ máa tọ́ra wọn báwo la ṣe fẹ́ delete Yomi yẹn báwo la ṣe fẹ́ pa tá a bá pa ká pọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀. Tí lílé mọ̀ tó ń tì mọ̀ lọ́kọ̀ tó ń tì. If you all know what will end your lives and even people that are close to you, your parents, your everything, stop gbogbo náà dọ̀rọ̀ náà ṣe yẹn. Torí pé tí really understand you are seeing Yomi Fabiyi based on this TikTok only. And it's quite nauseating and disgusting. I'm not going to blame myself or regret that I come so low and start doing this. Bí struggle ìṣe gbà nìyẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la ṣe jọ máa ṣe tó máa fi lójú tó bá ti ṣe tán wọ́n ti charge méjì so èmi ti rí justice lọ ẹ̀yin ó lè má ti yé yín 50% justice is already served for Mohbad because the case is going to court already and the government is know why they are waiting. It's reasonable for that toxicology to come. It's reasonable for them to say this 3 seconds video something might come again so let's first charge kó má jẹ́ pé àti 3 seconds video ẹ bá mú original jáde wọ́n ṣe máa charge that means the government has not done anything and they said no that's not it now the real case has just started so before kotoka àwọn corner let's do our job. But I know for free, yes, I know for free somebody is tí ó yẹ ká bá ní ohun tó pa Mohbad. The way I'm looking at it is not just about the wife. The way I'm looking at it is not just about the push Mohbad. No, it's beyond it. It's beyond it. And I know certainly that truth will come out. It's beyond it. Somebody else that Mohbad would never believe in his life should be involved is involved, and that is why his spirit is fighting that. Do not try it. This must be exposed so that people can learn. I've gone. I've accepted my fate, but you cannot ride on it. Ìjọ tàbá dé bá mọ́tò yẹn ẹ̀rù ọlọ́mà bá gbogbo wa ó possible kó wá ṣe bá sọ ṣùgbọ́n aṣọ yẹn how many people can be boldly sọ pé ibi tí mo rò lọ rè ẹ wá rí gbogbo àwọn wèrè tó ti tòjọ́lẹ̀ tó ń block tó ń protect onítọ̀ yẹn tó ń ṣe owó ẹ wow so iṣẹ́ tẹ̀yìn wá ṣe ilé ayé lélẹ̀ ìjọ mi tẹ̀bá ti wá ráwọn ẹ̀ tó kóra wọn jọ tó ń ṣerú ẹ̀ as a public you will give them no chance again. You will never give them the chance again. Lè sọ díẹ̀ ká mẹ́nu kúrò gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa sọ torí pé lè sọ ká kú síbẹ̀ nígbà tẹ́yìn gan tẹ́ pààyàn gan ọkàn yóò ti balẹ̀ ẹ wá ní àwàtà lọ́wọ́ nukú Mohbad ká máa bẹ̀rù ẹ̀yìn tí ọkàn yóò balẹ̀ èmi yẹn lè máa fọ́ fún ẹ ti ń pààyàn tẹ́lẹ̀ náà sọ ẹ lè máa fẹ́ try láti pààyàn sí ni that's who you are so ẹ máa èmi ìdẹ̀lẹ̀ ìkọlẹ̀ máa pa tẹ́ẹ̀ nírí mi pamọ́ ẹni tó pààyàn ẹ̀kan tí ọkàn yóò balẹ̀ tẹ́ẹ̀ sá kíjokíjo tẹ́ẹ̀ ń ṣe bálabàlá ẹ tún fẹ́ máa threaten àwọn yẹn. You guys are murderers pààyàn nìyí so ń tẹ̀ ń ṣe nìyẹn tọ́lọ́pàá lábáyé dàbà ṣẹ́gi. Allah jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé you need to understand that I am God. tọ́lọ́n bá fẹ́ lo èèyàn pé okay I want you to play that role ṣe rò pé nìyẹn lè pa ni. ṣe rò bí tí Moses ò bá kọ́ àwọn ọmọ Israẹli gbanú rẹ́sì ẹ lè pa sínú Egypt. ẹni tọ́lọ́ ọmọ kó ló máa mọ̀ kó ọgbà ní rẹ́sì ẹ̀yin wá make attempt torí wọ́n ọba ọ̀fẹ́ pa sínú Egypt wọ́n ló máa kú torí májẹ̀mú ni pé àtiwọ́ ọba tó fẹ́ pa Moses gan ìwọ gan máa kú Moses dẹ̀ máa kó wọn kọjá torí òun lòun ránṣẹ́ ìwọ wá ní wọ́n fẹ́ pa ẹ fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ́yà ni nígbà tó máa ṣe kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Fáráò gbogbo àwọn alágbára tó ní àtàwọn ẹbí wọn ló kó sínú ẹkẹ́ṣin ẹdí gàárì ẹjẹ́ àlọ́dá àwọn Israel padà sínú oko ẹrú Ọlọ́run ní that's your hand. And that is why the Egyptians you are seeing today, the sicknesses, the backwardness, àfàìtó, àléébá tó ń tẹ̀lé yín tó ń tẹ̀lé mi tó ń tẹ̀lé ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa ní padà rí mọ́. The way the Egyptians are not seen again, tó bá òkun pa lọ. Those are the way, that is the way the sorrows, the evil plots, ẹ̀pá ẹ̀dẹ́mi ẹlẹ́gbọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀gbá kan. This is how we will not see them again. Àìmọye ọba tọ́lọ̀ ti fi panu. Àìmọye ọba tọ́lọ̀ ti pẹ́pẹ́ ilé ọba tó jọba lọ́lọ́ òun flash yẹ orí. Oníkọ́lọ̀ parú ẹni yẹn. Ṣé wo ti mọ̀ pé mi mo ránṣẹ́? Ẹni tọ́lọ̀ bá ń báwẹ́ ọlọ́màjì àgbèjà ẹ̀. And that's why we are also very careful as human rights activists. We are careful. Ẹni tọ́lọ̀ bá ń báwẹ́ ọlọ́màjì àgbèjà ẹ̀. Ẹlòmíì àti ṣeranu lọ àti ṣèkà lọ. When God is ready, he will come back and say, I am ready to now let you pay. So let's talk about it. I am moving the motion that we should, shift. We're not cancelling the protest, the sensitization protest, but we are moving it because as we speak now, I can tell you for free, we don't have no NGO accounts for 200,000 or thereabouts. So we cannot even execute it if we don't get support. So I don't want us to rush people that, okay, we have, today is on the 5th and the protest is in 4 days time. And we'll start asking people, help us, donate. If I know people will help us if we call people privately and openly here, but I'll prefer that we shift it beyond the 11th and 15th because 11th is the next coroner inquest. I understand 15th also, or thereabouts. So I just want us to agree. Let's discuss about it. Let's shift the peaceful protest and sensitization stuff and shift it a little bit backwards so that this police in Kpanti can investigate the other areas to establish, is it true that you, Damola, was the one shouting Yomi Fabi and not Adura? They want to establish that, and they want to establish some certain things. And maybe the toxicology from the family would also come up with an information that the police will say, okay, now we have another good information that we can use to ask questions or spread our dragnets. And then they bring the true killers and the true perpetrators of the crime, at least, that will corroborate what the nurse actually treated. And don't be surprised. It might not be that the nurse treated MOHBAD on the 12th. She might have been there on that 11th. Because I saw in one of Umi's stuff, she said a nurse slept over. On the 12th, that the nurse came there, they said the nurse came, they took MOHBAD to Ikorodu. So if there is going to be any sleeping over, it's going to be on the 11th. It could be the same nurse. On the 11th, and he met MOHBAD in that state, whatever it is. So, Toba 12th, Okulo treat. But it might be that on the 11th, she truly met MOHBAD, but unfortunately, I don't know, we don't know the role she played. We have to speak her truth, or the CCTV will eventually bring the entire truth out. So, I want to bring in panelists so that we discuss and we'll be able to see how we're going to go. But, Amy, I have no problem against anybody. I am not after anybody. To do to help my country. Justice for MOHBAD. So because investigation is tilting towards your side, they should take your Fabi's life. Then you are joking, because I'm not doing it for anybody other than for MOHBAD. So hold up, Prince, students, mute your mic while we bring order up. When I'm ready, mute your mic. When others come up, you can send in your panel request if you want to come up. She might have treated Adura, she might have treated MOHBAD, but don't be surprised that the truth will come out. Since Baba had confirmed that MOHBAD died on the 11th, most certainly, maybe the nurse truly came on that 11th, early in the morning, but only do Kunal Lotrito or Kujakwe, Mohbad was already gone and she played a part. We don't know. So everything will come to fore very shortly when we get the trial started. Trial court, here to see, where to see Corona inquest. If you are being charged, if you are being indicted, they will have to admit you to bail. If you don't meet up the bail, you'll be coming from prison, depending on what the judge sees, and then the government will have to bring, trailer load of evidence and witnesses. Like I'm saying, they will bring, because it is the government that will want to win the case. So, what you over the face ìjọba, tí ìjọba ló fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe case. So, ṣe kó bóyá ẹjọ́ wọn pa ẹ̀ tọ́mọ̀ pé wọ́n ló play role fún rẹ̀. Government, they don't know when you people are doing stuff with Mohbad. Kò sí nǹkan tó kọ Governor Sanwó-Olú ńbẹ̀, kò mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀. So, there is nothing that will make the government to say want to work for anybody. And when the government are charging you to court on negligence that took somebody's life, when the charges comes out, don't be surprised when you hear the series of count charges. Bó ṣe fẹ́ yé ẹ wo báyẹn sọ̀rọ̀ jù bóyá tẹ wá padà àwọn family tẹ bá yọ jókòó ẹ̀dínkọ́ ẹ̀ padà. Next thing is to speak the truth and do plea bargain. Then they will find a way to say, okay, next time you should have spoken the truth earlier. Why are you lying? So this is what happened. They just need one of them to witness a kosoto. Even if you don't have evidence, you saying this is what happened because you were there and it is legitimate that you were there is enough to say, okay, now the justice will be served. So guys, let's talk about the shifting of the date from the 10th to another date. If you have any date, let us know. But of course, let it be after the 15th. Let's be looking at 20-something of this month. Maybe before then, everything would have, the police in Panti would have rounded up whatever investigation they are doing, and we'll be seeing the additional people that caused the treatment that the nurse treated, which is secondary. The treatment of the nurse is secondary to something. So let's have you, Prince. Prince, you can unmute your mic. Lady J, you can still mute. Prince came in first. Prince, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, God bless you. You've really been trying. You watch all your moves. God bless you. God bless you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's good to shift the protest, just as you said. You know.
Okay.
So, because of number one, the financial aspect of it, and then number two, the police that are trying to do one or two things about that. So I think it's quite important to be shifted. Probably just maybe 3 weeks, 3 weeks or 2 weeks after,
2-3 weeks after.
Yes.
Okay, that's quite. Let me see, 2-3 weeks. Let me see that date. Because I don't want to share why the reason why we have to do that was not because the police are not working, was because the lady Buki said the case to party is dead on arrival, despite the confession of Damola. That alone is new Satan. But the police said that is never their position, and I don't want to say what they are going to be saying or they said after then. I don't want to say it. But we hear a lot of.
Yeah, exactly. I understand your point, sir.
2 weeks, Abi?
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks.
That means we're looking at probably 24th or the 30th of April.
Yes.
30th of April, end of the month, which is on the Wednesday. Is that okay?
I think others can talk too.
Comment section. Comment.
Nǹkan tẹ́mi gan náà fẹ́ sọ náà ni pé from 30th up to ending of this month yẹn ó wà okay, so that gbogbo àwọn tó bá ní help láti help at least before then olúkálùkù á ti rí nǹkan tá a fi help sí ó ti yé yín torí at the end of the day corona inquest wọn bẹ ṣe kọ́kọ́ sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀ náà at least ẹ̀yin náà á rí point mú bẹ́ẹ̀ tó fi àdìmọ́ nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe lọ́wọ́ só ti yé yín. Bọ̀bọ̀dá yóò ní nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé ẹ̀yin ẹ mọ́ wo àwa èèyàn sẹ́rí pàwọ̀ èèyàn ẹnu wa yìí ẹnu tá a fi ń jẹ ọ̀yọ̀ tá a tún fi ń jẹ ata yìí sometimes a fi sọ̀rọ̀ gidi kọ́lọ́mọ jẹ́ ká tún fi sọ èyí tí ó kò bá wa so ẹ̀yin báyìí bọ́lá ń ṣe yọ yín pé kẹ́ ẹ dúró fọ́mọ innocent tó kú yìí ẹ̀yin ẹ wà nípò ẹ mọ̀mọ̀ wo ẹnu wa nítorí ẹnìkan lè wá bí lọ́dọ̀ yín kó wá donate ẹ rò pé bóyá èèyàn gidi bọ̀ at the end of the day tún lè rí níbòmí tí ó tún mọ sọ̀rọ̀ àgẹ́sì àwọn èèyàn bá ṣe rí nìyẹn but àdúrà tí gbogbo wa ń gbà ni pé kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ kí Mohbad rí justice ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kan ní ìsìn tó dẹ̀ touch mi gidi gan pé èmi náà tí wọ́n béèrè question láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé kí ló dé tí ẹ̀yin téèyàn kú téèyàn jọ wà nulẹ̀ the same people ẹ̀yin lẹ tó wá kọ́kọ́ sáré lọ ságọ́ ọlọ́pàá pé ẹ fẹ́ lọ rí tálẹ́ wá fẹ́ lọ bá ṣe kéèsì ṣe rí pé àwa gan àtètè gẹ́tẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn náà ó wà very clear pé at the end of the day kì í ṣe Wùmí yẹn nìkan ló pa ọkọ ẹ̀ wọ́n sẹ̀tẹ̀ sínú ayé boy yẹn ẹ rí i pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ yẹn wà láì mò ń follow yín ó rẹ̀ pé street boy yẹn ó ráyè dúró lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín gidi gan Ọlọ́run sì fún yín sí èmi ò wá mọ̀ nǹkan táwọn èèyàn fi wá ń sáré pé àwọn fẹ́ di champion páwọn làwọn gba justice nítorí the same thing ni gbogbo wa ń ṣe then kí ló dé tí a fi lè panu pọ̀ àbúrò yìí ò lè.
Lady J, I'm a realist. We are all human beings. Whether the lady Bukky, whether any other person, kò sẹ́ni tí ó mọ̀ pé tó bá jà fún nǹkan báyìí tí òótọ́ yẹn bá fulẹ̀ tó bá tọ̀dọ̀ ẹ wá ó máa fún ẹ nígbèga even àwọn ọlọ́pàá gangan ṣé gbọ́dọ̀ mi wọ́n mọ̀ pé èyí tó bá padà rí justice fún Mohbad nínú àwọn ọlọ́pàá ẹ̀ kò ṣe irú tọ́yẹ́ báwọn eléyìí tó ṣe ṣe sí báwọn ti zone 2 yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ pé kò sí báwọn ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tí òótọ́ yẹn bá jáde tí wọ́n ní gba promotion tí gbogbo Nàìjíríà ò ní pọ́n wọlé.
Of course.
Torí ẹ̀ náà torí pé kí a lè rí káwọn máa ṣe dáadáa la ṣe máa ń gbóríyìn fẹ́ni tó bá ṣe nǹkan tó dáa káwọn èèyàn lè dẹ́kun ìwà àbàjẹ́ la ṣe máa ń gbẹnu pọ̀ sọ pé ìwà àbàjẹ́ lẹ́ni ìwù so tó bá mọ̀ pé tó bá ṣe ohun tó dáa bí ìjọ kọ́ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún ẹ àbí kọ́ fún ẹ so táwọn èèyàn bá tara pé báwo ló bọ́ ṣe ṣe tiẹ̀ gbogbo yẹn ṣe àwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ gbọ́rọ̀ táwọn mọ́.
but kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò yẹ kó ibi tá a ti get it wrong nìyẹn.
ẹ máa gbọ́rọ̀ mi ẹ máa gbọ́rọ̀ mi it can be but it should be contained quickly. ó dà kó dọ̀là ń sìn let's take for instance kírun bíntí kó wá gbéra kó jẹ́ pé òun ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí nǹkan tó máa fi jẹ́ kó why won't I support him kí ló fẹ́ máa nọ́ọ̀kì nǹkan tó ṣe lọ fún. nítorí pé kò ṣe pé tó bá kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ mi ni wọ́n fi pé ṣọlọ́run ò lò mí mọ́ ni ṣé kò ṣọ́dọ̀ mi ló fẹ́ gbà mọ́ ni but immediately ti máa wáyé pé n tí mo wá ní justice fún Mohbad kí ni lọ́nà kó jẹ́ ọ̀dọ̀ tèmi I will move on and it's because I have tested myself through so many cases. tó bá yẹ pé kí n wo nǹkan tí mo là kọjá ní case bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ni kò yẹ kí n dá sí pọ́ńfì àjẹ́ ẹ̀rọ kan kí n dá sí mọ́nà. kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó máa wà because láì bó tilẹ̀ òun kò rí mo mọ nǹkan tí mo pàdánù. I know what happened to me. Mo mọ iye àwọn colleague tí mi ìbá sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́dé lẹ́ni. Mo mọ àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé odidi oṣù 6 ni mo fi wà ní self exile lórí case bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà. For those that know ọmọ tó bímọ fún mi ó lóun lóyún ó takú láti on the 31st àbí 30th of that month which was June 30th or 31st of June mo wà on location mo dé ní on the 1st a lọ ṣe test mo ní okay o ti lóyún no problem ma lọ I will get back to you ọmọ inú wọn lè lọ àwọn parent òun náà tó fún òun lóyún mo ní tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọ́n kó lóyún báwo lè sáré mọ̀ ó wà àwọn àmẹ́ day 1 1st 2nd 3rd 4th ìgbà tó wá di 5th ni mo rí signal àtàmì ara pé I need to move. ìyá mi parapara mọ́tò mi máa ń káṣọ sẹ́yìn ẹ̀ mo kọ̀ ṣáàwó pé ṣáṣọ tó wà mẹ́ṣọ́ máa make sense mo kọ̀ gbéra ni mo dẹ̀ message bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà mo ní mò ń bọ̀ wá rí yín ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wà very important mo ní kó má dàbẹ̀ pé mo fi yín lẹ̀ mo sá lọ àti gba béèlì yẹn ti wà ń ta ẹ lọ gba àdúrà ogun obìnrin òun lẹ̀ ń jà yìí o ṣùgbọ́n mi ò mọ ohun tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe fún mi ṣùgbọ́n ara mi sọ pé kí n kúrò lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà I told him one délé mati àti àbí máa fani mo dẹ̀ gbéra ó dọ̀nà airport as at the time tí kó tó ní pé mo rí àmì ara ó dàbí pé time tàwa yìí mi ti mọ̀ pé máa travel out yẹ̀wò ok mo ti mọ̀
wà emergency
ní time yẹn bí 6:37 ni mo sáré pé ẹyà next available flight tó bá mi wò pé ó wà báyìí mo ní ẹ̀kọ́ sí mo lè gbéra ó di lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ fún talẹ́ yìí o kò sí mọ́ àárọ̀ kùtù láàárọ̀ la ṣe mi máa mo ní oh my god ó kẹ́ fi sáárọ̀ àárọ̀ láyẹn wá lọ sùn síbì kan nítòsí airport ni mo gbéra àárọ̀ kùtù láago 4 mo ti wọnú airport wọn tí tó kántà mo ti wà ń bẹ̀ wá lúgọ síbì kan àṣébì wọn pé wọ́n ti plan nǹkan lẹ̀ nígbà tí màá fi gbéra tí ọmọ mi ń gbé mọ́tò mi padà lọ bí èmi ń gbé mọ́tò lọ mọ́tò yẹn dákú ni mo ya ó di lóyìnbó àṣé wọ́n ti install gbogbo àwọn artist tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì tílẹ̀ bá ṣe mọ́ pé ẹ̀dá gbogbo íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ló kẹrẹ̀ sí tákù yọ̀mí so that àwọn àlèwà jáde àṣìjọba wọ́n á lè lọ gbé èmi mọ̀ pé wọ́n tẹ̀ tí ń fi lémi wẹ́lọ̀ wọ́n ti ń fa àdírẹ́sì lémi wẹ́lọ̀ wọ́n ní nǹkan tí ò jẹ́ kí n láìkì ìyá kìíní kan bọ́ọ̀dù tó wà ní búdọ̀bìlì yẹn nìyẹn.
ẹ jẹ́ mọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ya ìyẹn ṣé yẹn gbádùn ṣá.
àti ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ wọ́n ti ṣe pé yẹn 200,000 lọ́lẹ́ni tó máa mú àdírẹ́sì lémi lẹ̀ n tó wá fọ́nì jù tí ẹ̀rọ náà fi bà mí. ẹ wo bí àdúrà dá o mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ parí fíìmù 4 tí mo yà papọ̀ ni ilé tí gbogbo àwọn crew mọ́ àtàtìsì mọ́ bọ́ọ̀ tó ní ilé yẹn a week bíi 2 weeks before ó rí pé sí ilé mi ṣiṣẹ́ ó gbé sínú tra mo lọ títí gbà tó wá fi dijọ́ kejì gbogbo kíní ẹ̀ ti tutù àwọn kan tó wà ní oúnjẹ tó wà níbẹ̀ because wọ́n máa ń bá mi ṣe oúnjẹ mi níyàwó lé so oúnjẹ mi tó wà ní freezer gbogbo ẹ̀ ti kò rí freezer ta ló change kíní AC mi tó change náà mi n bá mẹ́sẹ̀gì landlord ó lóun lòún gbé kúrò gbà tóun rí pé sí kàn ṣiṣẹ́ ni mo ní mo wà lára mo wà location ọ̀ mo ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́jú dijọ́ kejì ni wọ́n ní òun ò fẹ́ kó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ní ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ mo sanwó náà mo ní àwọn nígbà tí ọlọ́run máa wá ṣe bó ṣe di pé ó kú bí ayé parí fíìmù yẹn báyìí the same thing kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ mo kọ̀ bọ́ta pé kí n lọ ra pepper soup kí n tó dé padà ó tún ti ṣe the same thing mo dẹ̀ ṣe sanwó lé ni mo ní you know what mo ní kọ́ sínú group tàwa ní ta ló change náà mi ó ní I did mo ní you change my light again ṣe mo ti bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ó ní it's my house o money because it's your house so you have the power to keep changing my light tí gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ní freezer ma defrost ma money this is the end of it money I just paid for my house rent refund it back and I'm getting out of this house only if you pack your load I will refund the money money okay no problem ọlọ́dẹ bá mi ṣe mo sáré ṣarajọ mọ́ àkáǹtì mi pàwọ́ mo kàn pé agent yẹn ni pé máa bọ̀ wọ́n mo ti ń complain bóyá ṣe ẹ bá mi wá lè mi. It's like we finish the job on Thursday ṣé n gbọ́ o mo ti bẹ̀rù pé àdúrà dá ó ṣe nǹkan yẹn níjọ́ Wednesday apariṣẹ́ níjọ́ Thursday mo wá pe kíátíkà yẹn máa bọ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ alọ́wọlé kan mo ní láìpẹ́ bó ṣe bá mi lọ wọlé mi ní ìtòsí eré àbẹ̀ yẹn ní Kòròdú wọ́n jẹ́ service flat. Times 2 ilé tí mo sọ níbẹ̀ yẹn ni times 3 lápapọ̀ ni mo ní I'm taking this one I just want to get out. mo dẹ̀ arrange lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ mo sanwó mo send gbogbo details mi private mo ní I'm packing in on Sunday mi ò bá ẹ̀dá àlàyé kọ́kọ́ sọ gbogbo àwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ mi ilé yẹn ni wọ́n mọ̀ nígbà tó máa fi di tẹ́gbọ́n mi tó máa fi di Saturday ìyá yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí announce èmi ò mọ̀ wípé kí wọ́n ṣe kí ni o kí wọ́n wá àdírẹ́sì ilé Yomi o 200,000 àṣé wọ́n ti da ọlọ́pàá sí wọ́n ti sọ ọlọ́pàá lọ bí mi wọn. So by the time tó máa fi di àárọ̀ tó máa fi di alẹ́ yẹn alẹ́ Saturday yẹn èmi ò rí kankan èmi kàn pé mọ́tò ní pé ìfẹ́ kọ́mọ́ kó mo kó lọ ládùúgbò yẹn alẹ́ ni mo kàn kó gbọ́ ẹrù mi mo lè páàkì lọ mo ṣe páàkì ẹrù lọ gbẹ̀rù mo wà nù ilé tà ń sọ yìí nobody knew where I went to ìgbà tó máa fi di àárọ̀ Sunday lára wọn ti fún wọn ládírẹ́sì yẹn wọ́n ti wá mi wálé yẹn ọkọ̀ balẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ empty ni kí ni àwọn yẹn máa sọ wọ́n ní Yomi yẹn ṣoògùn èmi kò mọ reason tí mo fi decide pé ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo bọ́ ṣe second time kí n kọ̀ kúrò mẹ́yẹn àṣẹ gbogbo tí mo lọ Ọlọ́run ti pèsè ẹ̀ So
Ọlọ́run sọ yín iṣẹ́ pé kò sí kú yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
ló ti yẹ kọ́ mo sọ gbogbo ayé làwọn pẹ̀lú àwọn princess àti Ìyábọ̀ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ gidi gan o pé ọgbọ́dọ̀ rọ bíṣì Yomi yẹn wọ́n wà nílé yẹn. The only person that will now know is one of my boys, Taiwo Ajayi, àti girl Grace tó bímọ fún mi. Ibẹ̀ ni mo ti wá gbọ́ information pé wọ́n ti wá mi lọ ilé yẹn. Mo kú o. Kí ni, how did I get out of this house? Mo wá wo time tí mo fi kúrò nílé yẹn. Mi ti gba owó yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ o. Mo ṣe ní kó transfer owó yẹn. So nobody knew ebi go as at that time. Mi mo address ilé tí mo ń gbé àfi tí ma ṣe lówó nu contract yẹn. So ọmọ yìí tó bímọ fún mi nígbà tí ma fi júwe ibi tí mo wà fún mo kàn ní kó máa rìn bọ̀. Mo wá lọ mú lẹ́nu ọ̀nà tó fi wọnú ilé yẹn tó débi go ma address ilé yẹn. Even at a point nígbà tí ma fi wọnú fóònù ẹ̀ later òun gan mọ́ǹchì address ilé mi tí mo send sí yẹn ó ti mọ́ǹchì ẹ̀ bóyá òun náà fẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí wọn gbà yẹn kó fi gbowó ni. So as at that time I don't know what was going on. I shot him for me. I was in the house. Then he now got to a stage. Bambi asked something me, hello. Move. She been alone here. Bam. This lady, she tested in July 1st. I left July 5. We were UK, July 6th. Mi ò mọlé mi the scene mi ò fi bàjẹ́ o the scene mi mọlé tó mi mọbi tó ti wá mi mọlé wọn. I left her in that house mo dẹ̀ di èrò lóyìnbó and I had to wait for 6 months in exile. Àṣé my moving out was ordained. I never knew that Lagos State government, the DPP, they will be filing charges against me in court. I never knew that this same zone 2 year princess pẹ̀lú àwọn tiẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbé ẹjọ́ lọ́bẹ̀ wọ́n ní tó bá ṣe gbé mi báyìí wọ́n charge mi sí court tí máa kúrò ní court yẹn Lagos State government náà máa tún charge mi sí court lórí court content àwọn náà tún gbé mi lórí case pé mo help Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà mo sóòótọ́. So for speaking that truth tẹ ara ń wò ń gbà yẹn tẹ̀lé tí mo dúró yẹn those are the things àwọn pápẹ́ tó délẹ̀ fún mi nìyẹn. But I have to sacrifice 6 months of my life, my career. I was away. Mo wá lóyìnbó away. Òun lọ́mọ yẹn fi ní gbogbo yín yẹn tí wọ́n fi mọ̀.
Ti fọlọ́ta yín láti ẹjọ́ ìdánudànù bọ́ lóòdẹ̀ ni fún wọn ṣe. Ẹni tó bá dúró lórí òtítọ́ kò sí ni Ọlọ́run mọ yọ yín kúrò nínú gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ṣẹ̀tìlẹ̀ fún.
Exactly.
Wọ́n mọ forí ara wọn kó ni pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run.
So ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn tó dìde ń gbà yẹn. Femi Branch, this one, ilé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe ọnu tó ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi. Èyí tí ò lè yọjú tẹ́rù ń bà pé ládùúrù nǹkan tí bàbá yìí ṣe fún mi nígbà tí mo ní problem. Ṣùgbọ́n ó rọ́rọ́ ó ń lo blog tó dálẹ̀ ó ti ọkọ ẹ̀ náà jáde kí yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mo yá sáré kàn yẹn má gbélé gbogbo ìwọ́n tó tẹ́rọ̀ gì sí lórí wọ́n náà sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi. And those are the things that you have to face doing things like this. Wọ́n mú òótọ́ pé n tá ń jà fún yìí is the truth. Mi ò gbowó lọ́wọ́ anybody. Ọlọ́run help mi pẹ̀lú a very very rich woman. Gbogbo àwọn lọ́yà tó lọ sáà méjì about 19 lawyers. None of them collected a dime tó fi kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ case yẹn ní court táwọn kọ́ fi gba bail Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Because I was fighting for bail. That is fundamental right. But you have a capital offense in it. He was to be sentenced to life imprisonment and another one 16 years for a crime he never committed. I'm like, what? But God willing, he was granted his bail. The judge said, Emamulo, perfect bail later. Ọdún kan àtàbọ̀ ni Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà ló lé lẹ́yìn tó fi lọlé tó ń lọ location tó ń gbádùn ara rẹ̀ tó travel lọ káàkiri kó tó gbọ́n ṣe wà dájọ́. Wọ́n torí pé I am the only one. Èmi nìkan mo face ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ náà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Because I will only speak the truth. Mo tún gbéra lọ mo lọ lóyìnbó lọ ṣe wàhálà. So that's just it, my brother. So my sister, we'll be looking at 30th of April, right?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sir. Ẹ rí pé kọ́lọ̀ fún wa lẹ́mìí gbogbo àtàlàfíà. before
Yeah.
the ingeri pé Ọlọ́run àti ṣèyanu owó miracle money gbogbo
So
díẹ̀díẹ̀ tolúkálukú wa bá rí àmọ́ bá ṣe àjọṣe.
So don't forget that there must be a caveat now. If I realize that kò sí fund fún kò ṣe pé this is the only means tá lè fi pass message wa, if there are no funds to execute this protest, because security, materials, logistics, àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé ó ń bọ̀ láti ibi tó jìnnà, we have to pay for the transport. Some because tá bá ṣe tó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àmà láti wà àdúgbò kan ti wà ń bẹ̀ táwọn gbọ́ àwọn boys àdúgbò yẹn náà àṣà wọn náà like it, they are for justice for Mohbad. Wọ́n ní tá bá ṣe tán ní pàǹtí gbogbo ayasúnú àdúgbò àwọn a lè sùn sí gbogbo àdúgbò àwọn ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan tílẹ̀ bá túmọ̀ tá bá fẹ́ lọ ṣíjọ́ kejì wọ́n ti accept wa. So àwọn láti gẹ́ẹ̀tì olórin tó máa play orin music díẹ̀díẹ̀ tó máa fi máa ṣe àlùtà wa tó bá ti dalẹ̀ máa ti gbogbo géètì àdúgbò wọn ní gbogbo géètì mẹ́ta ló máa ń tì. So àwọn boys àdúgbò yẹn ní gbogbo àjọ máa wà papọ̀ ṣẹ́ngẹ̀t ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn people would have to all sort of expenses máa tẹ̀lé wọn bá díẹ̀, because the boys of that street are going to become our part of our own security. So wọ́n pọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ready láti support wa. Arifa was there and this person Leo lájọ wà ń bẹ̀. So we're going to be doing that, but if I don't get things to do that, this protest is not the only means to register our displeasure. We can write, we can do small things to let them know that we are counting on them. Tabarishi. So Tabatiri, we can always shift it. But the moment you're going to be doing it, if it's going to be 3 days, I have determined and I've said to myself, I'm going to be going on a 3 days non-stop, no shower protest. I will only brush my teeth. 3 days non-stop, and I'll be sleeping on the floor. I get them married. It's my own sacrifice. Without sacrifice, sometimes there is always no result. For you to, because Usain Bolt is the best runner. Or started in 10 minutes. Or the world best, the fastest person in this world. It might be 10 years of stress and sacrifice. Let it achieve with 10 minutes victory here. So people must be able to understand that even if you want to say justice for Mohbad, I'm not in competition with anybody, but that justice tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti sọ kọ́kọ́rọ́ dànù tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ wá fẹ́ wọnú odò lọ mú kọ́kọ́rọ́ ẹ̀ padà pé anẹ́ máa ṣí, you must be willing to sacrifice, even to go to that bottom of the river to find the padlock and open it is still sacrifice and stress. So don't think it's not about shouting on social media will bring it, or abracadabra. We must be willing to sacrifice, and nobody, all of us are going to be putting our lives on the line, sleeping on the floor, going on a live show, and we'll be talking, and the whole world will say, what's going on? This middle of the night in Lele. Nitagbangba, with all these mosquitoes, with all this breeze, immediately we will still be there. So that we would pass that message, and the government will say, be, and we let on Pharaoh J. They are willing to sacrifice anything if you don't give this boy justice. And then they will be, God will tell them, if you find the person, deliver to the public and let them get justice. These people are willing to even risk their lives, and you are saying we should cover it, we should throw it under the carpet at the expense of innocent Nigerians, or what? They might not even be the one to fight again. It might be the people looking at them and saying, "Sheikh Joba Washa, Shalokpa Washa, Omo Fila Jeya." Key and to one much need justice and then near fed down me Tony, then they are the one inviting mayhem. And that is the message. So it's not because we don't want to be seen as we want trouble, we like protest, we want to eat the politics. No. It is a message that the whole world will say, young Nigerians sacrificing, risking their lives, staying day and night, protesting and demanding for one thing, the truth and justice for the late singer. And it's quite unfortunate that the governments are not willing to listen to them. The governments are willing to stand by the murderers of this young person. And that is a call for anarchy. And it's because probably the person in government is not in tandem with the public. And that is not a good thing for the government, because that can trigger the entire nation to rise up. It can lead to an uprising. But we will not say we won't do it because so we must be willing to sacrifice. They will come with anything. So amamashe moja mosa torí wọ́n ní moja mosa òun là máa kíkanjú lójú ogun akíkanjú tó bá moja tí ó bá tún mọ bó ṣe ń sá irú wọn ló ń bógun lọ. Àwọn tó rí pé ọmọ pé they made an attempt on my life when I left the other time. And they are still like, it came back. And the lady yẹn bóyá sọ, ó lọ, ó padà. Ẹ sọ nù wọn tó jẹ́ pé tabani kí n wo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ, it's enough for me not to come back. Èmi tí ò ní visa tí ò tiẹ̀ ní pálí nu wọn, ó sì sọ fún mi pé mo lọ pa. So mo kàn lọ fowó ra ticket mo lọ jókòó sí London mo kàn padà kí n sọ pé wọ́n wá bí o. Because they lack the basic knowledge. Kí ni fẹ́ lọ kí ni wọ́n á lọ ṣe yẹn? Ṣé mo lọ ṣe party nàbí mo lọ gba kí ni mo lọ gbà? Mo lọ gba járó. They don't even understand my history. Èyí tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó mọ̀ tó pé ẹni yìí òyìnbó ló fẹ́ onídìí ọdún mẹ́wàá. I only divorced my òyìnbó wife on the 22nd of November 2022 or thereabout. 2021. November 22nd, 2021. And we have been married since December 2012. British òyìnbó ni mo fẹ́ tí bàbá wọn ti ẹ̀ nílẹ̀ tán ní kò ṣe pé family name tí OFV. So they keep saying all sort of nonsense about me when I'm looking at the whole struggle. Nígbà mo dé England gan, òun gan ó listen to the whole struggle and she's with her several other people they supported what I was doing. So I don't understand what you people are doing, but we're going to get justice for that because at least for once we should act like a society that is united on a particular positive goal. And this is the kind of goal the government should align with. So this is the kind of goal the police, they are not meant to be anywhere else. They are meant to be encouraging us. Even by very protesting, they are meant to encourage us and say, yes, go on, it's your, say it, and then we'll do it. But it's a terrible society we live in.
It's true. Were right, but I hope but kì í ṣe bí àwọn ọlọ́pàá náà o. Ṣé pé kíní yẹn wrong wá láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. So kì í ṣe bí ká mọ̀ blame wọn pàápàá. Bó ṣe wrong wá yẹn ló fa gbogbo mess tá wà nú yìí.
Of course, we're not blaming them. Where we need to criticize police for positive results, constructive criticism, so we'll do it. Where we need to commend and say kudos. We're able to get some sanity, even if it is just to follow us into MOHBAD's house. Any police that is not ready to get justice from MOHBAD will not go back to MOHBAD's house. If Baba MOHBAD wants justice from MOHBAD and find the police going into MOHBAD's house, certainly he should know that. So if the police do that, it's because if we run into what we help justice, any clue, they would have used it. And we got some clues. If the police pick Adura and he choose to say, and he said, let me speak, I want to speak my truth now, please. And then will the police say, don't talk again? After wasting time, 9 police officers.
Tí bá ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ judge case yẹn lórí social media tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ká ní pé wọ́n tètè lọ léyàn before kó tó di pé Ọlọ́run yọ yín wá yẹn gan ni wọ́n bá rí more evidence than this lẹ́yìn lọ rí. Ṣó ti yé yín?
So gbogbo gbà yẹn n tó fà tó fi delay ni pé àwọn ajá tí wọ́n kó sórí kíní yẹn anything negative ìmú ìwá yẹn tó kàn fọwọ́ lálẹ̀ tí ò jẹ́ nǹkan gbogbo lọ́nà tó kàn ṣe at the end of the day ẹni tí ò bá tí tó bá kàn dédé dabbling tó wọ́n lọ sọ pé negative nìkan lò public lawyer nìkan lò kíní kan ó máa padà tẹ̀ tó on make sure pé gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan tó máa fi lóòótọ́ wọ́n máa sáré create àwọn boys àtàwọn ladies yẹn àtàwọn ìyá kan tó máa pè yẹn kọ́ lè speak down on that person but ibi wo báyìí pé gbogbo ọwọ́ tẹ̀ lórí làwọn ti mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ èmi ẹ̀ máa ti tẹ́mi tí mo mọ̀ tí mo wá òótọ́ lèmi wà ilẹ̀ ń ṣe lẹ́fẹ́ cover so kí n tó realize pé I don't even need to consult these people again for anything mo realize pé òfegè làwọn lè kò síbi tí mo fẹ́ dé tó bá sọ pé where is the father where is the mother nígbà tó ní pé father àti ìyá gan ni mò ń wá wá sọ́dọ̀ wọn àtàbúrò gan ni mò ń sọ pé ẹ wọ́ wọn so kí ló máa ń ṣe máa bèrè lọ́dún pé tábà rí ìyá àti bàbá níwá justice Mohbad níwá kí ni kí ló kọ́ mi kò bá jẹ́ ìyá àti bàbá ló wà involve ẹ̀wọ́ wọn and that is what I'm saying because at the end of the day that is the way the investigation should go.
Yes.
They are meant to drill Adura, drill Wunmi, drill the mother, drill the father. Anybody tó bá ti ní reason láti drill, they are supposed to drill them and get the truth out.
You are right, sir.
ẹ rí i pé bàbá ìgànnà lápá kan náà ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yẹn náà yé mi torí bí ṣé ò jẹ́ kí n mọ fọ́lọ́ mọ́ kí ló wá mú bàbá láti yẹjọ́ after 1 year plus wọ́n ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sọ pé ọmọ àwọn kúrò on the level ṣebí tẹ́lẹ̀ tí gbogbo wa ń bú wọn tá àti ìmọ̀bi tọ́rọ̀ ti wá bàbá ìgbà tó jáde ó náà di 12 lọ́mọ òun kú kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ tó fi wá padà on the level àwọn aláìní ẹ rí i pé more to be.
Bàbá fẹ́ justice but bàbá partially think that it needs to be sure the police will do his bidding because báwo bó tilẹ̀ òǹkó rí tí bàbá bá sáré lọ báyìí the people on this other side tó tún jẹ́ ẹbí Mohbad náà àwọn náà tún dàrú nítorí pé ẹ wo bàbá tó ní kọ́ gbé ẹni tó ẹ̀ báwọn ẹgbẹ́ báwọn lọ́yìn fẹ́ gbé ẹni tó ẹ̀ báwọn tí wọ́n ní gbé àdúrà àti dàrúṣà anọ́dẹ ní dàrúṣà jẹ́ sọ ọlọ́ba yẹ kí wọ́n ṣí ara òbí jáde.
Àmín.
Baba, if explanation yẹn lè mbẹ yẹn don't go too further on it so.
mi ò tó bá dẹ́sẹ̀ kí mi go for them ẹ wo àní gbogbo ìtọ́ sọ.
ẹ má worry don't go too further on it.
Expander ó yẹ kẹ́ ti rí pé gbogbo pátánì tó ń lò èmi ò ní ẹ bàbá wọn bú bàbá but ẹ fẹ́ wá justice you want to speak the truth wọ́n wá sọ pé báyìí ẹ̀gbọ́n èmi kọ́ lè máa sọ yẹn fún mo ti sọ ti pẹ́ tọ́lọ̀ mi bá ní kí n bá bẹ̀ kọjá I will because mi lè máa pẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kí ni màmá ṣe yọ mi lè yọ ẹ̀yọ́kọ́ sílẹ̀ ẹ̀yọ́kọ́ tí mi ò lè bù sọ ní ìyàwó any other person tó ti gbọ́ tó mọ right to left tó ti try láti ṣe kọ́kọ́ whether o ṣe knowingly or unknowingly o bá wọn cover o cover kò sí bá ṣe fẹ́ máa wádìí ẹ̀rọ tọ́lọ̀ ní kan gbogbo wọn yẹn.
Definitely, yeah. That's the truth, but
as an organization o fẹ́ máa kọ report o wá débi kan fẹ́ fò ó ń fò èmi ni máa fò ẹ ṣe fojú pé èmi torí máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí social media ni if I'm going to be investigating and be writing my report máa kọ́ lọ then let's question this baba nígbà tí ọlọ́pàá ṣe ìwádìí dé stage kan lọ́ni let's bring the baba in wọ́n send invitation sí wọn nígbà tó ní kó ti ń bí tó àti ń tẹ̀ bọ̀ bí tó yẹ ká ti bọ̀ wọ́n ti ń pe bàbá wọlé àwọn lè ti ń lọ ju àwọn bọ́ yẹn ṣe wọ́n ní kọ́ ya gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn yẹn kò sí yẹn tọ́wọ́ báyìí pé òótọ́ mà ní nígbà tó bá ti ní pọ́n ti àwọn ọlọ́mọ padà bó sílé agbẹ́dò wọ́n dàrú mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ wọ́n rọ lọ síbi tó yẹ kọ́ rọ lọ but they thought that was where it's going to end but they are deceiving themselves at this juncture the truth will ẹ máa wò bọ̀ wọ́n máa kọ̀ wò pé Yomi yẹn ni káwọn try láti delete kúrò but unfortunately gbogbo ẹ̀ láti mú ìmí inú wọn máa kú ká tó rí justice fún Mohbad because wọn ò tí understand pé ilẹ̀kùn ti mọ́ àwọn lọ́wọ́ ẹbọ oríjì ló yẹ kó máa sáré ẹ̀ báyìí pé wọ́n náà how do we get forgiveness for what we did but ẹ tún fẹ́ commit more sí ṣé mi ẹ mọ ẹlẹ́dàá mi ni ẹ mọ what is going on ṣé torí wà ní jókòó sórí TikTok wọn ò tí really understand wọ́n máa padà tẹ́po pátápátá so Expander, what do you say about the new date? Is it okay like that so that we can now and then you people can work on getting support where we can support us on that?
Yeah, I think that's fine. That's all right by me. In as much as that will give an ample time for the police, you know, on whatever they are doing.
But with the message you saw, with the update I gave you privately, just tell us what you make of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I make of it. That will, if we shift the base, which we have done now, okay, because only Ajaban Saba Ekun, Kekuma Saba Aja, and in this kind of a situation, yeah. Thank you.
I don't play on the right. Then you don't play blues.
No, you don't play.
I don't want to.
And in this kind of a situation, yeah, we need to be very, very sensitive. Any to advise, kò ní sọ pé báyìí, but tó bá ti sọ̀rọ̀
please for our tab guys 67,000 láti ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ ti gbé 100,000 kí ló dé.
láti ro kọ́tà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ti wá yẹn ó yẹ ká wà sensitive enough which we have done anyway wípé yes ẹni yìí privately ó kàn dọ̀gbọ́n aim ti wà ní I'm not stopping you but you might be tagged this or but you can seek further advice and they said enough a word is enough for the wise so on that basis I agreed and concurred wípé bá ṣe shift ẹ̀ yìí and that will give them an ample time to wait for them to say okay at least it won't any more time láti ṣe one or two things and then before then ó yẹ ká ti tún rí èsì corona inquest as well so gbogbo yẹn tá bá wá papọ̀ tá bá rí ibi tó wá gbé wa dé then we will be able to say yes we are going for this fully or no we need to just relax because we are getting the results that is expected so those are the things tí mo rí pé ó wà sensible but before the dates that we choose now nǹkan tá ní láti tún ṣe ni pé we continue to campaign we continue to give the awareness to people about that protest or the sensation that will come up and more importantly